Hey all you cool cats and fine felines, it's Leah and
Lynn.
And today we're in Jonesboro, Arkansas, but we are headed to Memphis, to the Peabody, to talk to someone really interesting that has some Elvis history. So follow us, and Lynn, what are we going to do?
To the groove.
Getting in the groove and keep shopping at Lansky's.
Before we start this video, we just want to give a shout out to Defending Elvis and Team Elvis and Louie.
Louie, you're the man.
All right, how you doing, Lynn and Leah? Good to see y'all.
Good to see you too, Hal.
Y'all are ground zero. This is Lansky's worldwide headquarters. We're glad to be in the famous Peabody Hotel. I tell everybody we're just a waddle away from the famous Ducks. But this is the store. We have people from all over the world coming in to see us. They want to shop where Elvis shop. They want to walk on the sidewalks Elvis shop. So we got some great things, and I just want to tell you, we're kind of jumping the gun a little. We just put up our new stickers. I don't know if you saw that. But,
I did see it today.
Next year's our 80th anniversary, and it's been a great ride. And I'm second generation. My dad started this company in 1946, and my daughter, third generation, Julie. So she's hopefully she'll take it maybe to 100 or maybe a little 100. Hopefully I'll be around for a little while, but
oh, yeah.
I don't think I'll make it to the 100. But,
and originally you were at 126 Beale
126 Beale. That's where my dad saw this young man looking in the window. He said, "Come on in, young man. Let me show you around." And this young man said, "Mr. Lansky, I don't have any money, but one of these days I'm going to come in and buy you out." My dad said, "Don't buy me out, just buy from me." And they became good friends. And my dad showed this young kid a little kindness and respect. And Elvis and my dad were friends for 3 decades, from the early 50s until his death in 1977.
Wow.
Yeah, so come on in.
Okay.
He shopped with us, and my dad would say a lot of times that Elvis would call him up and invite him to the fairgrounds to ride on the Dodgem cars, zipping pippin, to the Memphis and watch a movie. My dad said he was a young guy. He was married, had a young family, which was me and my sister, and he said if he hung out with Elvis, he probably wouldn't be a successful businessman or a good father. So
well, I'm sure there was a lot of temptation there.
yeah. So I mean that's my dad said that story all the time, and thankfully my dad took that path.
Devoted.
And he made a great business for me and our family, and we love to work, and we love to keep his legacy alive and Elvis's legacy alive.
That's
so
great.
we have fun in what we do. We meet people from all over the planet.
Who's your most impressed you've ever met?
You know, everybody asks me all the time, and once you met and known Elvis, it's all downhill.
It's kind of hard.
It's all.
So you knew him.
I did. I was 25 when he passed, but yeah.
Wow.
So
Should I shake your hand, sir?
well, yeah, you just shook the hand. It shook the hand. It shook the world. But anyway, these are famous photos of my dad right here with Elvis, and these are 50 photos. Y'all heard of the famous gold lame coat? Of course, the one on the left was the first gold lame coat. It's not the one that the 50,000 Elvis fans can't be wrong, but
right.
but that's before that coat. And of course, this is Elvis in the store, and Elvis was cooler than cool, man.
Yeah,
those glasses.
I mean, every picture's amazing.
Yeah, and my dad fitting up Elvis. That photo right there is probably early 60s, you know.
Wow.
Like I said, Elvis shopped with us for 3 decades. But come on back, yeah, come on down. Come on.
So one of our questions is, Did you know Rambo that gave the Sex Pistols guitar up there? Rambo Stevens?
You know, he lived in Arkansas.
Yeah.
He did.
He was at our wedding.
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
girlfriend
yeah,
cars.
yeah. He was quite a guy.
He always talked about that guitar up there.
Yeah.
He was so proud of it.
No,
I just
he
wondered
came.
if
He
you knew
married.
him.
He married an Arkansas girl
Yeah,
from Little
Laura.
Rock.
Laura's great.
Yeah. Matter of fact, if this is our history book. 78 years in the making. But somewhere in here is this photo of him in here.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I think we got it in here. If not, it's on our website.
When your dad, would he talk about, like, what was his, like, favorite thing that he ever made for Elvis?
Well, we like to take credit for a lot of things. In the 50s, my dad put black and pink on them. Back then, men did not wear pink. Elvis loved pink. Everybody thought he was a little weird. All the guys wanted to beat Elvis up because he wore pink, but the real reason they wanted to beat Elvis up is because he was taking away all their girlfriends.
Of course.
That's the real reason. But my dad was the first one to flip his collar up. Just a lot of things. The striped coat that was in Jailhouse Rock. We'll walk around and show you a few things. My dad put Elvis in this coat for the Ed Sullivan show. My dad, Elvis came in and said, Mr. Lansky, I'm going to be on a famous show. My dad said, oh, that's great, Elvis. What show you going to be on? And he said, I'm going to be on the Ed Sullivan show. My dad said, whoa, because back then the Ed Sullivan show, it was like American Idol or The Voice. And so my dad said, oh my God. And he said, I'm going to need some, Elvis said, I'm going to need some clothes. So my dad said, okay, let's go, let's shop. And then my dad was, mixing and matching and stuff, putting stuff together. And Elvis looked up and he said, Mr. Lansky, I got a problem. My dad said, Elvis, what's your problem? He said, I don't have any money. And my dad said, Elvis, you got a problem. But I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you some credit, but you better pay me back. So this year, next week, it's going to be, next month, it's the 47th anniversary of Elvis's death. So, it could be the 48th anniversary of Elvis's death. And so Elvis has been paying us back for almost 48 years. But it was awesome. So anyway, my dad saw him. It was on September 9th, 1956. My dad saw him on the Ed Sullivan show. Back then there wasn't a lot of TVs out there, and it was a black and white. And my dad had a TV in the store, and a few people watched it. And my dad's never seen him perform, and he said he was awesome. He was dynamite.
I would have loved to have seen that. Just to see the birth of rock and roll like that on TV would have been amazing.
Right. So, anyway, he was a good customer. See, the 50s, I said he shopped for 3 decades. The 50s was black and pink combinations, his boucle coats, the striped coats with the velvet collars, the popped up collars, and in the 60s when he got back from the service, that was the continental looks. The movie came out, Viva Las Vegas, I think in 61, 62.
Yes.
And Elvis, it's a tight little coat and the narrow lapels. You could see him dancing with Anne Margaret. That was a great look he bought from us, and that
was a Lansky look.
Right, yeah,
Okay,
the continental looks, and then 70s, the last decade Elvis shopped with us was a decade of fashion that I hope never comes back because everybody thought they were pimps. But we were probably the only store in America that had a full-time furrier that put fur collars and mink.
Really?
Yeah, so and Elvis
cool.
loved his long coats.
Very cool.
And one of my favorite photos of Elvis is I think Elvis was driving back in the 70s, driving back from Nashville, and there was a wreck on I-40, and he got out of his car and he was wearing that long coat. It's a picture in our book. He checked on the people at the accident scene, make sure they were all right, but he was wearing that long coat with a mink collar on it.
He did. Responding or trying to help somebody in an emergency.
So what about like the other guys in the Memphis Mafia, like Red and stuff?
They all shop with, but they couldn't outshine Elvis. They all dressed pretty good, but they did not outshine Elvis.
Nobody could.
Yeah, you couldn't do that.
Nobody
but
could.
Red West, all of them. Marty Lacker, Alan Fortas, Lamar Fife.
Wow. I saw you got your little duck mark last year, September. I bet you were so honored.
I was. You know, my dad and I, we worked downtown, and my dad got it in 2006. 2006. So 18 years later, whatever the math is.
Far behind it.
Yeah, but I got it, and I was very honored. You know,
maybe Julie will get hers, right?
I don't know. I wasn't expecting mine, but you know, but anyway, Julie and I, we love working in the hotel. We love talking to Elvis fans from all over the world. We like to talk to people coming in and tourists, and like I said earlier, we like to keep my dad's legacy alive and Elvis's legacy alive. Yeah.
What is like your future plans for the place? Do you want to stay here in the Peabody, or will you eventually have a freestanding store?
Well, this is we had our store down on Beale Street. We were there for 78 years. We sold the property last year. We had a pop-up shop up there, you know, and then when COVID hit, we closed it. But you know, this, if I could pick any location in the state of Tennessee or Memphis, it's the Peabody Hotel.
I think this is a perfect place for y'all.
We have 468 rooms on top of us, and they got to come by our stores and stuff. So anyway, you know, my dad fitted Elvis for his junior senior prom. The pink jacket and black pants for the prom here, and he had his prom here. And he also signed the contract for RCA Records. My dad's dressed, you know, everybody from Stax Records, Isaac Hayes, David Porter, Rufus Thomas, Jerry Lee Lewis, Roy Orbison. I mean, the $1 Million Quartet. Not too long ago, about 18 months ago, you know, Elvis shopped with us a lot of times after we closed. So about 18 months ago, and we do have a new book coming out. And I got a beautiful photo of Robert Plant, Priscilla Presley, Jerry Schilling in here around midnight shopping. So that's going to be. While you here, I don't know if you've heard of Betty Harper, but Betty Harper designed this shirt for us. Betty will be at our store in August, I think the 15th or 16th. This is a new item here. This sweater is called the Yes Ma'am Mrs. Lansky sweater, and the reason we named that is because, well, I'm going to tell you another story in a minute, how we came about. This is a new sweater, but another little story is my dad always said to Elvis, he said, "Elvis, do me a favor, call me Bernard. Don't call me Miss Lansky, call me Bernard." And my dad said Elvis would look up with his shit-eating grin, and he would say, "Yes, sir, Mr. Lansky." You know, Elvis was a Southern gentleman. He had manners and stuff like that. So anyway, so this sweater is a famous sweater here, and you might want to turn. Oh, you can follow me over here. Let's follow over me. Yeah.
Let me ask you: is this a limited time thing, or are you guys going to have this?
Well, we have some now going through Elvis Week. I don't know about next year, but right now we have it. So you know, about 18 months ago, I was. I don't know if you can get the glare on the glass, but I was over at my mom's house, and you know, I was looking through some of her photo albums, and all of a sudden this photo dropped out. And you know, back in the 60s, all the photos had like 1960 on, you know, little dates on there, and I saw this photo, and I said, "Oh my God, that's my mom right there." She's still living. She's 96. Aww. So that's we named that sweater Yes Ma'am. Yes Ma'am, Mrs. Lansky. Beautiful. Yeah. But anyway, it was like winning the lottery when I wouldn't trade this photo for $50,000. It was just my mom, and but that photo right there, Elvis. It was 1960. Elvis just got back from the from armed services, and 2 years earlier, 2 years earlier. He bought Graceland right there. Is one of Elvis's most iconic coats. This is a Jailhouse Rock coat, and this came from our store. And we sell a lot of these coats. We have the Louisiana Hayride coat. We have the wedding coat we sell.
That was the first one he ever got.
Right. Of course, we have a new coat coming in. Hopefully it's going to be here for August week. It's called the Hound Dog coat. Oh. It's the coat Elvis wore when he recorded Hound Dog. So it's a stripe, but anyway, but a lot of our coats, we kind of pimp them out with photos of my dad and Elvis right there. So yeah.
But if anybody could remember anything about your dad, what would you want his legacy to be?
He was a cool guy. You know, I worked with my dad over 50 years. It was like I was the father, and he was like the out-of-control teenage son.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
So he was just an artist.
Yeah, well, I don't know about an artist, but he was a BS artist.
To make these,
It's a BS.
you gotta be an artist.
He was a BS artist, but what I like about my dad is once you met my dad, you were like, after 5 minutes, you were like besties, best friends. He could meet a guy on the street, homeless guy, and they were like best friends. I meet a person in a hotel, maybe a chairman of a Fortune 500 company, and they're like they just bonded, and he made friends. Everybody, once you met him, you loved him. Yeah. So and anyway, I try to be the same. You know, sometimes after you're working 12-hour days, you're like a wilted rose and stuff like that. But
yeah, we used to have that. You have that spark.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. That's awesome.
So who do you want me to make this out to?
Oh, Leah and Lynn.
Okay.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Leah. And
L-Y-N-N.
that's it.
Hey guys, how you doing? So this is probably 1958. I was probably 6 or 7 right there. 7 decades later, I've lost my hair. In 2 or 3 years wearing a COVID mask, my ears are bigger than ever. This photo right here, this is my sister. This is a cousin, just happened to be at the right place. This is young Elvis. So did y'all see the Elvis movie? I'm sure you did.
Oh, yeah.
I remember when he was on the Ferris wheel with Colonel Parker or Tom Hanks, and he said, "Mr. Presley, are you ready to fly?" And Elvis said, "Yes, sir." And this is the same time, boom, Elvis took off. This was before social media, before Facebook, before Twitter. You know, when Elvis was in the store, there were a lot of lost moments. See where Elvis's hand is? All right, I'm going to let you touch his shoulder. Okay, there you go. Look, there you go. Okay, yeah.
Okay, also.
I mean, it's been amazing.
All right, okay.
And
so
I know the people watching our channel.
Okay. So Lynn, you know, I tell everybody this. I don't know if you know this. You just shook the hand that shook the hand that shook the world. Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. Elvis Presley.
And give me some of that here. Okay, I could use it. Okay. Hey, before we end it, you know, I'm always in the sales mode. So we do have a beautiful website, Lansky, Lansky, BROS, LanskyBros.com.
I'll put the link in the description.
Okay, great. Okay.
Okay, so that does it for today. Thank you so much to Mr. Lansky. Hal, sorry. I'm getting all formal. He got on to me a couple times. Thank you, Hal.
We're good southern folks. So
We've been told we're from good stock,
yeah,
so
we come from good stock.
yeah, cool to have that as your closet. All those. We're working on it.
That's what I would rather have. Okay, yeah.
I think I get as excited as Lynn does, and I don't even wear the coats. But every time he gets a new coat, I get excited.
Pretty exciting stuff. Not only the coats, but the shirts as well.
Thank you for the book. He signed a book for us, and that was so nice. He didn't have to do that, but we really appreciate it. We appreciate his time because we know he's a busy guy. So we hope you enjoyed this vlog. Lynn, what do you think our viewers should do?
Go check out Lansky Brothers and do some shopping. And they also have an online store, so you can check them out online and have them sent to you right to your house with a nice little Lansky Brothers wrap and bag and everything.
Yeah, their packaging is even beautiful.
It is amazing. But don't forget to subscribe to Atomic Hive and check out Louie over on Defending Elvis and give him a subscribe as well.
That's right. And we put these videos out every weekend. So until then,
stay groovy. Louie is the man. You'll give him a shout. You can go subscribe as well.
That's right, Louie.
And if you like this video, hit the like button.
And did you say don't forget to subscribe? You did, didn't you? Yeah.